On a recent Python course, there was a question by one of the delegates. How could I take my folder and retrieve all of the attachments that are in there? Presumably she was getting an email every day or every few days giving an attachment, and she wanted to automate the process. Now, of course, this being a Python course, that was solved by using Python. You can click on this link here if you're interested in learning how it was done. But me being the ardent Power BI, or Power Platform in this case, fanboy that I am, I thought, hey, Power Automate can probably do that. So the issue is, I want to take all of the emails that are flagged, or when they're received, and I want to download the attachments. For this example, I'm going to put it in a specific folder. So whenever a file is put into this folder and flagged, whether that's thousands of files in one go, or a single file, that's what I want to retrieve the attachments from. Once you've got this set up for historic folders, then you can have on arrival. But I found that on arrival didn't actually work quite right when you wanted to do existing emails. So for this, we're going to flag. But after this, you're going to do the same process for on arrival. In Power Apps, I'm going to go for a new flow. And I'm going to create a new automated cloud flow. If you think there might be something that can help you out, for example, on flagged, you can always look for an existing template. To start me off, I'm going to go for when an email is flagged. I'm going for version 3's, version 4 is the latest, and we all know about bugs, so I'm going for version 3. The hardest thing to remember in Power Automate is to rename your flows. You can rename them afterwards, but I find that it sometimes is a bit weird. So I'm going to have download attachments. The next thing I need to do is just check which email address I'm using. So I'm going to make sure I'm using my OU address. And I'm going to set that up. I'm also going to change the folder that I'm downloading from. Again, if you were doing this to a specific folder that already had the emails in it, there's no need to use a different one. But for me, I'm doing it in a specific folder, the one called Download Attachments. Imaginative name, I know. Next, click on Add New Step, and we want to get an attachment. The message ID is the ID from our previous step. The attachment ID is attachment ID. Each of the attachments will get its own unique ID. And then I can add my new action. And what I want to do is I want to create a file. I could create a file in OneDrive, I could create a file in SharePoint. That's not what I'm looking for. I want to create a file in Dropbox, purely so anyone that wants to follow along can copy this. I want to create a file. The folder path where I want to save it is going to be in my folder in Dropbox called flagged. The file name is going to be the name of the attachment. Remember, this is looping, so it's going to take the first name, then the second name, etc. And then the file content is the contents of my attachment. Save that. And then I want to give this a go. So in the top right hand corner, I'm going to click on test. I'm going to manually flag an email. Click on test. Go to your email. Flag the email that you want to pull the attachments from. Switch back to your browser, and after a few seconds we should find it's downloaded all of our attachments. Obviously, if you're doing loads of these in one go, consider leaving that overnight. Switch to your Dropbox and we should see all of our files all stacked together. I hope you've enjoyed this Wisel short. If you have, do be sure to give us a like, and if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, we will see you next time.